Oh, no?
I'm recording.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're
I
recording
forgot to
too?
put the thing up, the saying spoilers first.
Audio or the mute?
Well done. Got it early this time.
Yeah.
Yes, no reverb. Audio. We tested audio before we started going live here. So we should be good to go.
Unlike last time.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
I got headphones for that kind of stuff too, that we should be wearing as professionals. But
We can't find them.
no, I have them, they're all right here, and I have the thing so we can all separate it. It's all legitimate. I
Didn't want to do it?
don't know. I got too much going on right now. Get all this stuff set up.
Well,
Yep.
we're back. Thank you for tuning in to Facebook Live.
Thanks if you powered through the last episode on Facebook Live.
Yes.
And again, apologies.
That was our House of a Thousand Corpses episode.
Yeah.
And during the episode, Adam threw a challenge to me. He wanted me to give him the title of a horror movie.
Was that during that episode?
Yeah, I think it was that
Okay.
during that one. That I'm pretty sure something that I think he would like.
Yeah.
And I was racking my brain trying to think of stuff. And I thought, you know what? He's better off with just like a newer movie. Like if I try to show a movie from the 80s, he's going to hate it.
Yeah.
90s, he's going to hate it.
Good call, by the
So
way.
it has to be a new-ish movie. So the movie I picked for him is 2013's You're Next, which is a home invasion, like slasher, fucking revenge movie.
Yeah.
And it's funny because my wife, we went to see that on our second date. If you're tuning in, she's probably still at work.
Okay.
But if you're tuning in, babe, I remember. It's our second date. We saw you next.
All
She
right.
did it to impress me. And then she's never seen a horror movie with me ever again.
Okay.
She's like, well, we're married now. I don't have to impress you.
Right. That's how it goes.
And most of the time she was watching it like this.
Oh.
And it was our second date, but we were talking for like a few weeks before that. So she knew I liked horror movies, but the movie itself is like really like gory. Like
Yeah.
the kills.
Oh, yes.
And the scene with the blender.
Oh, my.
She's like, oh my God. And I'm just there laughing my ass off. Like, Surprised she married me. I didn't scare her off.
That was a little entertaining.
Yeah.
For weird reasons.
Yeah.
By the way, he picked this movie. He let me know a couple days ago. I watched it so that we could talk about it a little bit now.
And this is just going to be a quick,
Yeah.
his thoughts, what he liked, what he didn't like, favorite scenes, favorite kills, blah, 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 whatever. We're not going to do the full walkthrough.
Yeah. This episode is for the Blob, which we'll get to soon.
Yes.
But this is a little added bonus feature for the Facebook Live audience.
Yes.
And yeah, so thanks for watching live and such.
So You're Next. It's pretty much about, let me just, like what I do in the show, let me do a brief synopsis. I'm just going to wing it here. I don't have IMDb open or anything. Pretty much a family. They're getting together for a family reunion.
Yep.
And all the kids, they're not kids. It's the mom and dad and then their children and their significant others. And then 3 people wearing animal masks break into their home and try to kill them. Why? Dun, dun, dun. Well, there are reasons why.
There's plenty of reasons. A couple million reasons.
All right, Adam. Your thoughts on Your Next. So this is a movie I thought that you might like.
Yeah.
And I picked it because like I said, it's a newish movie. I think it's completely in the world of reality.
Absolutely.
Like Friday the 13th, you don't like them because it's ridiculous. It's like dumb
Yes.
in your eyes.
Yes,
it could never
absolutely.
happen. It's
Right.
not in your world. This could totally happen and this could happen right now to us.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, and that to me is a good movie.
And that's why I picked it.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, sir?
There was a movie that I saw a few years back. I think it's called Strangers or something. Was it called
They were
Strangers?
wearing masks.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw that one, and that got me.
Okay.
Like I was still a little upset. It was like, why are they being so crazy? These people. There's no reason for them to be this crazy.
They're being crazy just for the sense of being crazy.
for the sake of being crazy. That's
Yeah.
it. But the suspense in that movie was amazing. I remember just thinking like, oh, and then just feeling every little movement what's gonna happen, and something happened.
Yeah.
I got that from this movie as well, with the suspense, but it fixed the problem that I had with that movie, where they're not crazy for the sake of being crazy.
Oh, there's a reason why
There's legitimate reason for everything that's happening.
Okay.
And it's founded in reality and could happen. So that just makes it this kind of thing more terrifying.
Yeah.
If you can relate to it and see it happening to you. I mean, you watch like Jurassic Park, you're not going to be checking your closet for velociraptors. like that kind of thing.
My cousins did.
Did they?
When we were like, 93? Yeah, we were 9. And my
Okay.
cousins were so scared of that movie. Because my dad took us to the movies. And my dad, I think I've said this on the show before. My dad, whenever I would go see him on the weekend, because my mom and dad were divorced, when it was the weekend with my dad, he loved going to the movies. That's how he learned how to speak English when he came from Mexico, watching TV and movies. So he loved going to the movies. So he always wanted to watch movies he wanted to watch. That's how I got into like horror movies as a kid. That's why I got it. That's why I was watching like Die Hard at like 7 because my dad loved Die Hard.
Right.
So
that was a good movie.
Yeah. So sorry, Maestro. My dad like legitimately loved that movie. That was his favorite Christmas movie.
No, I have no problem with you saying that. He's literally right in front of me. Oh, never mind. It's being covered by something else. Yeah. You had to lift it like you just did to hide my face.
Right.
So basically, this picture right here, See,
if only.
Yeah, if only. If only I wouldn't trust you alone with me.
So my dad took me and a few of my cousins to the movies, and he told us we're gonna go watch Aladdin, and then he bought tickets for Jurassic Park.
Nice.
And I wasn't scared because I grew up watching fucking Nightmare on Elm Street and shit. Like nothing scared me, but my cousins, they're all girls.
Yeah,
they were scared to death. My aunts, his sisters, gave him so much shit for that. I thought you said you were going to take him to see Aladdin. He's like, it was sold out, so we went to Jurassic Park instead.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
But anyway, continue. I'm sorry. Yeah. You don't check your closet for a Velociraptor.
Right, exactly.
When you're done. Yeah.
Although in this case, I wouldn't check for people with masks on.
Yeah.
But
you just check the kitchen.
It's enough in reality that I buy it. And I could put myself in their shoes, or more specifically, weirdly enough, in the girlfriend's shoes. Going to your...
the survivalist one?
Yeah, the survivalist one.
Okay.
You put yourself in her shoes, and she's just into this, like, what is happening? And all the stuff is happening around you. It turns out there's a whole deep story about everything that's happening, and it makes sense. And they explain why she's as bad as she is, because that wouldn't make sense if they didn't explain that at all.
You have to show the gun in the first act,
right? So
you can fire it in the third act.
Yeah, and she is insane, by the way, and like in the best way possible. When she started just going crazy, not crazy, but she pretty much went crazy. She snapped and then went into instinct mode, and it was great. I liked her in it. I liked the story. The ending kind of I saw coming, but it was.
But it's a horror movies always have like a gotcha, like one last gotcha moment.
It's supposed to be a twist type of thing.
Yeah.
And that one, I think that one was easy to read. But other than that, I enjoyed it. The death scenes were, except for the blender thing, everything else was like could happen. Yeah. The blender was just like, all right, now you're just having fun with this.
Yeah. One scene I liked. I don't mean to take over this conversation because you saw it. One thing I liked was how she knew they were going to come through the window, so she put the beam with the nails in the perspective of looking in through the window, like this. Like she looks in like this, like the killer would look in like this. Yeah. But she put one directly under where he would be stepping.
Yeah,
that was great.
I see. I think I missed that part.
Okay,
because I remember her putting the nails into the wood, and I assumed that was going to be a weapon, where you use something, you swing at them, and it's just like it's got spikes in it, like a Walking Dead bat. What's her name? Lucille. Yeah, Lucille from Negan's thing.
Lucille comes out from a bunch of movies.
Yeah,
everyone names her like Stick Lucille.
Yeah, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Mr. Philip Banks named his pull stick Lucille.
Yeah.
I thought they were using it as weapons, and then once the guy stepped on it, I was like, oh, that was brilliant. Yeah.
Also, with the flash of the camera to blind him. And then she just comes out and gets him.
I did enjoy that. I did have a moment where like there's no setting on a camera that'll just continuously take pictures with the flash on.
But are you already in? You're like, that's fine?
Yeah. Okay. Who cares? Plus also, as the bad guy, there's a camera flashing continuously. Let me walk towards it. This is not going to be diversion at all.
And they're supposed to be like ex-Army Rangers or soldiers or something?
Marines. They served.
They're soldiers of fortune.
Yeah. Right. Yes. Yeah, these are the rejects of the A-team.
In Afghanistan, nobody had flashing cameras like that.
Yeah, I guess they don't train you for that.
Yeah.
But no, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
It's one of those movies though that I don't know if I would consider this horror because maybe because I've come to know horror as ridiculous. So the fact that this is grounded in reality is like this isn't horror. This is just action suspense.
Okay.
But no, I did like it. Good call. It's a movie I do not regret watching. and I would recommend it.
Should we tell the people what the big twist is in the movie?
Oh.
Like why?
Yeah, sure.
You already set up why the strangers made you mad. So explain to the people on Facebook.
Yeah. So
why this is all happening to this family.
what's happening is the main character guy. I don't remember his name. It doesn't matter. He has a girlfriend. They bring her to meet the family at like a cabin that they have up in the woods or something, and the whole family's getting together to hang out and do their thing, and they start getting attacked. And another good thing about this movie is it doesn't take a lot of time to give it an opening story. It gets into it pretty quickly.
Yes.
And then once it's into it, it reveals itself.
Because the opening
also very
scene
quickly.
is the neighbor getting taken out.
Yeah. Yeah, so the neighbor gets taken out. There's a family thing. There's a little argument. And during the middle of the argument, some guy gets shot. And
Fucking bow and arrow.
with the crossbow, Daryl Dixon style. And then people start falling off. You find out, turns out it was one of the brothers is in on it, trying to kill the rest of the family because he wants to collect his parents' inheritance because the parents are loaded. And people start getting taken off. And the main guy what we think is the main guy, he makes a break for it. I'm going to go run and get help. And I'll come back for you guys. You guys stay here and stay alive, basically.
And you think he's dead,
Yeah.
but he's actually in on
I didn't think he died. I knew he got away.
Okay.
I knew he was safe, I should say.
But you didn't know that he was in on it too.
No, not till the end. Not till
Okay.
towards the end. I was like, all right, yeah, he's gonna come back. Not with the cavalry, because that's the whole point. He's going to get the cops to bring him to save everybody. We find out the brother's in on it. The brother's girlfriend's in on it. They're with the Marines. The other brother's also in on it. Everybody's in on it, basically, except for the main female chick. It turns out.
Except for all the female characters.
Yeah, all the female characters are out of it,
Except for
except for Z.
that goth chick.
Yeah, with 2 Z. She met the parents and was smoking a cigarette. Hey, this is my mom. Stop. That's not how you meet parents.
Yeah.
I knew she was going to be a bad person in the beginning.
So, interesting facts. So this is sort of like a mini episode trivia.
Yeah.
So the asshole brother, the one who gets shot with the arrow in the back, is like, that hurt.
Yeah.
He's a director. He's
Is
a movie
he?
director.
Oh.
His name's Joe Swanberg. He does all these like indie, like mumblecore movies. Do you know what mumblecore is? It's like a type of indie film where like they shoot like ultra low budget. Anyway, he
It's like
directs
it's a
movies
music
like
style as well, isn't it?
that. No.
Is it screamcore?
No,
Yellcore? Is that a thing?
But mumblecore is like a very distinct indie film style. Like it's hard to explain. You just have to see a movie and you'll know what mumblecore is. It's sort of like indie rock bands. Like you just hear them, that's an indie band.
Yeah.
If you see like one of these movies, it's mumblecore.
Okay.
So he's a big director in that. Big director and writer. And the boyfriend of the daughter, their sister, who remember he's a filmmaker.
Yeah.
That guy he's the first guy who gets the arrow in the head.
Yeah.
He's a well-known horror movie director too.
Oh, is that right?
Ty West.
Okay.
So 2 directors are in the movie.
All right.
And
they both die.
Yeah. but it's funny that like directors can kind of act, because in Wolf of Wall Street there's 3 directors in that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because what's the thing? Honest Trailers.
Yeah.
When they at the end of it they go starring, and then they make fun of the actors, and it goes the director of The Princess Bride, and it's Rob Reiner who plays Leo's dad.
Okay.
The director of Iron Man, and it's Jon Favreau
Right.
who's the lawyer, and then the director of Her, and it's Spike Jonze, the guy who works at the penny stock place that Leo works at first, and he goes, if you sell 5,000 shares of stock, I will give you a
That sounds
blowjob.
familiar.
Yeah. So there's 3 directors in that movie.
Okay.
So it's weird that they can kind of act.
Yeah, well, if you yeah. Oof. Overloaded.
You okay?
You think they would have to, because they're giving direction all the time.
Yeah.
Like, this is how I want you to do it.
Yes.
So they know what they expect. They just have to recreate that themselves.
Yes.
All right.
So I guess horror movies for you have to be based in reality, and they can't be like ridiculous.
They have to be based either enough in reality or... No, yeah. They have to be somewhat based in reality.
Okay.
If it's not like this reality, you have to make me believe that it's a possible
Like
reality.
Event Horizon and Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Because those definitely not reality, but explained in a way that like, all right,
Okay.
I got you. Yeah, not fucking zombievers. Like, in what reality is that possible?
You don't know.
And the grabbers too. Because as soon as the thing that pulled me out of it was their weakness is alcohol. We got to drink to fight them.
I thought you would like that.
I'm out.
Yeah.
No, as far as it being based in reality.
Oh, okay.
I'll buy aliens. I'll buy things from out of the world. But come on.
Then you're gonna hate my choice.
Oh, beautiful.
That's a good segue, Adam.
Yeah.
that leads us into the movie we're going to be talking about for the episode.
Oh, yes.
But before we segue,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate it. So, you like this more than The Thing?
Yes, I did.
Okay. But you still give props on why The Thing is considered a good movie.
Yes. The Thing, I understand. I understand The Thing.
Even you just acknowledging that it's fine, that's points in my book.
All right.
So, yeah, you're next. I liked it.
The Thing also, too, is based mostly in reality as well.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the way that they explained it away and what was happening. Like, yeah. I can see that.
See, going in, I thought you weren't going to, the thing I thought you were going to like in your next was going to be like the plot twist that it's like, they're trying to get the inheritance. I thought that you thought that would be dumb. And I thought that you thought the violence would be too like cartoony, like over the top.
The blender one. The blender one was way over the top.
But like, I thought just everything else was just going to be like too, that's fucking ridiculous.
No, because the way that she just goes nuts on the guys, it's almost, it's like the Fight Club scene where he's just punching
Leto?
Yeah, the Joker in the face over and over again. And I just want to show something beautiful. Yeah. Once you get in that mode, I haven't ever been that much into a fight, but I understand the whole blacking out of anger thing.
Yeah.
And so, it just all makes sense to me.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Decent movie. Check it out. You're next.
Yeah.
2011 or 13.
It came out in theaters in 2013.
Okay.
Because that's when me and my wife started dating. 2013.
I think IMDb has it as 2011.
Yeah. Because that's when it was first like made.
Okay.
But it didn't get released until 2 years later. Yeah, you're next. Sweet. Yep. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I finally picked one.
Yes, it was a good one.
And I was racking see, me and Maysher wanted Evil Dead 2, but because it's a horror comedy, we thought that he's just going to talk shit about it because, like, look, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be funny.
I don't think you can combine horror and comedy successfully without it just
Evil Dead 2 works.
Yeah, without it just becoming just a comedy.
Oh, okay.
Like I wouldn't think this is a horror movie. I think this is a comedy movie.
Okay. That has horror elements.
Yeah, but even then, I'd be like, meh. It's just a comedy. It's a comedy with a decent budget.
Okay. Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So, thanks for... Well, no, we're still going live.
But yeah.
Sorry, I don't have Facebook. I don't know how this works. I haven't had Facebook in like 2 years.
We're still on the live feed.
Yeah.
People still...
Hey. Oh, so this is one of our last October Horror-thon 2017 episodes. So I changed my shirt. I'm rocking my Texas Chainsaw Massacre shirt from this is the OG one from the 70s. This is the first movie.
Not the Jessica Biel?
No, this is the first one.
All right.
Oh, what you missed in that messed up episode was me explaining to Adam all 8 parts of the Leatherface of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
That's right.
And Adam was just like, okay. He was like, really? 8 of them? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And the 9th one's coming. And he was like, oh my.
Even for movies I like or had liked. Like, I liked Land Before Time growing up a lot.
Oh, there's like 13 of those.
I know. Once I heard that, I was like, ugh. Yeah. I liked it. I liked the first movie. I think I may have seen the second one even.
Yeah.
Once I heard there's 13 of them, I'm like, oh, guys.
Doesn't the asteroid hit in one of them?
I don't
Wouldn't that end the
No, that's
series?
the Ice Age.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, I'm rocking my shirt.
With a Ray Romano.
Dude, this shirt, I bought this 14 years ago when I was 19. It still fits.
Wow.
It's all fucking faded out. It's all... But the thing I like, so you can't see on the camera, but you see how it's like the lettering is cracking?
Yeah.
That's sort of like film. I assumed
that was on purpose.
No, it's old.
That's awesome.
And look, it has a hole right here. And I have like a hole... One of these armpit right here.
All right.
I'm still rocking it.
Fantastic.
My wife hates this shirt. She's like, throw that shirt away. No.
Very nice.
So the movie we're going to be talking about today is 1988. I got confused with your 2011, 2013 talk. We're watching 1988's The Blob, starring Johnny Drama.
Yeah.
Kevin Dillon. It's a remake.
Is this podcast now? Or
No,
are we,
I'm just giving the people. This is a remake from a movie from the 50s starring Steve McQueen.
This is a remake.
Yes.
Oh my.
The original movie's from the 50s, and it was Steve McQueen's first movie, I think, or his breakout role.
That's a race car, right?
Steve McQueen, yeah, he was in Bullet.
Oh
No, Lightning McQueen.
Yeah. But he's known for like drive.
Is that right?
Like, yeah, he was in
Oh,
Bullet.
yeah.
He was in the movie Bullet, which is like a racing movie.
Okay.
So he's known for like driving like tough cars, which I think is why they named him after him.
Yeah. Owen Wilson.
Yeah. So this
Before we continue on, our listeners cannot hear us.
Uh-oh.
God damn it.
Should we go offline?
I'm gonna post this later.
Okay.
Man. I'm gonna add the audio in later because I'm recording it on our own outside of this.
Okay.
Damn it. So those of you that son of a bitch,
That's
it's
twice.
always something.
It's every time.
It's always something.
I'm just glad that, like, okay, my fiance told me this as we were going through you guys were talking. I'm like, ooh, we've already finished the whole
When
thing.
do I cut it off?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, if you're watching now, you'll get the rest of this live. If you're watching later, you heard what we said you couldn't hear.
Yeah.
So
What?
Awesome.
What?
I'm gonna download this, add the audio in because I'm recording it through our own ways.
Uh-huh.
Splice it in, and post the video again after this live session.
Okay.
So if you're watching now, you get to hear everything live. If you're watching from later, then you heard the before part as well.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days, I
Yeah.
gotta make a checklist. I gotta make a checklist of stuff I gotta do.
I'm just glad that someone told us.
Yes, that's good. All right, so
So, wait, are we going offline or?
no, we're fine.
Wait, can they hear us now?
Yes.
Oh. So what happened that they couldn't hear us?
I had this mute on for the
Oh,
microphones.
no. Oh, no.
Because I have that on when I'm broadcasting other videos. I don't want them to hear me talking
Okay.
through the micro. It's fine.
Welcome.
Look at a checklist. Oh, thanks for tuning in.
For the past,
see you next week.
was it half an hour? You've been looking
20
at us
minutes?
making
Oh
weird.
my god.
If you are a mime, you probably could do really well with what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, the people that are watching later will have heard everything. So let's just move on.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, except for the first like half an hour, they're gonna be like,
Yeah, no, they're going to hear that part. I'm going to edit it in.
"Oh, you are." Even the part with the Facebook Live bit where they record everything over again, where you can't touch anything.
Yes, I can do it.
Oh,
You know who I am?
no.
I can do all the tech things.
All right.
Except apparently unmute a goddamn channel. That's fine.
Where are we leaving off?
Should I just say what movie we're watching?
Yeah, we're going pretty much into almost in the podcast at this point.
Okay. So we're watching 1988's The Blob, which is a remake of a Steve McQueen classic, quote unquote classic from the 50s.
Classic.
Steve McQueen's first movie or his breakout role. So yeah, I'll explain why I picked this movie.
Okay.
It's pretty dumb why I picked this movie.
Uh-oh.
My secret, deep down, I'm secretly hoping that you like this movie, Adam. That you somehow watch this and you're like, oh, these are the horror movies that I get why he likes it. But
Okay.
I feel like that's not going to be the case. All right, so now we're going into podcast audio mode, but you can still see us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is going to be the actual podcast.
Yes.
That was a behind the scenes look, and only a look because you couldn't hear. It's fine. It's all fixed at this point. Later. Who cares?
All right, here we go. Hello out there in podcast land, and welcome back to Spoilers, your bad movie review show on the Rat Pack Podcast Network, where your hosts have lots of opinions but zero credentials. Each week we watch a movie, usually a bad one, we crack a couple jokes, we give you our insight into the film, and we play a couple games at the end. I'm your host, Hollywood, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Adam and Maestro.
Hello.
Hi.
2017's Horror Fest continues with 1988's The Blob, which is a remake of the Steve McQueen quote-unquote classic from the 1950s. I'll explain why I picked this movie.
I'm curious how they would have made this happen in the 50s with the effects that they had at the time.
I think they,
Was it claymation or something?
like Jason and the Argonauts, how they...
Yeah.
I don't think it's claymation, but I think they filmed like the blob that was moving,
Yeah. Or
and
even
they spliced it in
or what they could have
separately.
done is they took a parachute and put a bunch of like a kindergarten class and then just told them to run.
Okay.
Let me do a brief synopsis. Oh, no. Let me tell you who made this movie.
Okay.
This movie was directed by Chuck Russell, and he directed one thing that we've done in the past. He directed The Scorpion King.
Oh.
But before that, he did Eraser with Schwarzenegger, where they fire the aluminum rounds at the speed of light.
Yes, I like that one.
movie, yeah. He also did The Mask with Jim Carrey.
Okay.
And he did my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors.
Okay.
That's a badass movie.
Very cool.
Yeah. Written by, it's always notable when I throw written in, written by Frank Darabont, the director of Shawshank Redemption and the creator of the Walking Dead TV series.
Whoa.
He wrote...
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, the TV series, not the comic.
No.
Okay.
So Robert Kirkman does the comic.
I was about to say.
But Darabont was the guy who said, I'm going to get this show made. And he
Okay.
ran the first season.
Nice.
And then he got fired or something. I think they found out he wrote the Blob, right? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so the guy who directed Shawshank wrote this movie.
Nice. Shawshank was great.
Yeah. This movie, we'll see.
It's the only reason I know that Zihuatanejo is an actual place.
Oh, yeah. That's where they wind up at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. This movie stars Kevin Dillon, who I'm sure you're going to call Johnny Drama.
Drama, man.
Shawnee Smith, who's from the Saw series. Did you know that, Adam?
Was it?
The main chick is Shawnee Smith. She was in the Saw movies. Have you ever seen any of the Saw movies?
Oh, yeah. I've seen all the Saw movies.
Okay, she's the chick who secretly works for Jigsaw.
Oh.
The one in the first one where she wakes up and the metal clamps on her face, and that was like her test.
Yeah, and then she gets thrown in the syringes later?
In part 2.
Yeah.
That's her. She's like the cheerleader chick who goes on the date with the
Wow.
with a douchebag jock guy.
I can kind of see it now.
Yeah, that's her.
I remember thinking, like, wow, this one. Real nice.
Uh-huh. Joe Seneca's in it, and Art LaFleur, who's the pharmacist, who's been in so many fucking movies as a character actor. The great Art LaFleur. He was the pharmacist.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed him.
He's in every fucking movie. He's hilarious.
I especially love that bit where he takes the newspaper down and just looks and smiles.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that.
That's very
Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah. Adam has his IMDb up. What are in his top? What he's notable for? The Sandlot. Oh, he was the Babe. That's right, in the Sandlot. Heroes come and go, but legends, they never die.
Oh, Maverick. That was a great one.
Uh-huh.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, dude, he's in everything. What's his total filmography? 162 credits. He's a very well-known character actor.
Wow.
So Google search Art LaFleur, and you'll know exactly who this guy is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So let me do a brief synopsis. We'll go from there. A remake of the 1958 sci-fi horror classic about a deadly blob from another planet which consumes everything in its path. Teenagers attempt without success to warn the townspeople who refuse to take them seriously. That's not really a synopsis. I feel like that's more of a synopsis than the original. Because this thing's not from another planet. It wasn't it like man-made?
Yeah, I guess
it's like a bioweapon.
Yeah. Oh, maybe they just copy pasted.
Yeah,
the old synopsis.
Okay, I ask this every week. Have you ever seen this movie before?
No.
Maestro, did you ever see this movie?
This movie I have seen multiple times in different times of my life. From yet I was a child and seeing it for the first time and realized that it looked like that Gak from Nickelodeon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Gak.
Yeah.
I was big on Gak.
I stopped touching it for a while for that reason, and then afterwards, later in my teens, when I realized that it was a pretty cool movie that revolved around sex, and I was also wondering at the same time about the opposite sex at that time too, and this turned me off for about a couple of months for even trying.
Wait, you were doing with opposite sex in '88?
When I watched it.
Oh, I see. Okay. Like, wow, real advanced, man. I'm a crazy late bloomer then. That's
So, real quick, why I picked this movie. This movie came on cable TV a lot when I was a kid. It was on USA Up All Night. I watched the censored version when my uncle started illegally getting cable on the black box. This was on HBO all the time when I was 7 or 8 years old. I fucking loved this movie when I was a kid. Every time I'd go to the video store, if I couldn't find like a horror movie I wanted, this was like my fallback movie.
Really?
But I didn't see it for years. Like the last time I saw this movie, I was a kid.
Huh.
So right now, because it's Halloween season, AMC and IFC and Sci-Fi Channel, all these movie channels, they're doing like Halloween stuff, horror movie stuff, right?
Right.
And The Blob was on IFC. And I'm like, holy shit, dude, I haven't seen this movie in forever. And the scene I got in the middle of was when she was in the phone booth and she's like, "Where's the sheriff?" Oh, I think he went to the diner and you see him like floating by, and then her like phone booth just caves in and she gets sucked in, and I'm like, "Holy shit, let's do this movie." That's the only reason I picked it, because I remember loving it as a kid, and then that one scene, and I'm like, "Yeah, I remember this movie has like these ridiculous kills." Okay, we'll pick it. But then I learned something unfortunate about this movie.
Uh-oh.
This movie's going to be remade
What?
by Rob Zombie. So we should play a game throughout this whole episode.
Oh.
Let's try to figure out how Rob Zombie would Rob Zombify that scene.
Okay.
So you can add in bitch or you fucking cunt, and you know just how Rob Zombie does his normal business.
Oh,
so
my.
if you feel like there's a scene in this movie that you came across while we're talking, you're like, "Oh, you know what? I think Rob Zombie would do this."
Okay.
Feel free.
All right.
All right.
So I feel if Rob Zombie will.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
Well, his wife obviously will be in it.
Right. That'll be the mother.
You think the mother? No.
Get the cardigan.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think that it's not going to be portrayed exactly the same way. He's going to try and make his own version, and he's going to put the wife as some sort of like seductress of some sort that gets killed like off really quickly. Because it seems like in the first part of this movie, sex was the main reason why they attacked, except for the old man. That was different.
No, there's sex is not
Okay,
part of this.
First, after the old man to try to chop his hand off because he was just like the only reason why he was the blob was there, right?
Right.
First one that gets killed is the dude that wants the condoms at the pharmacy, right?
Right, but it's not. He's a dude.
Yeah.
That's enough to say that you're part of having to be around sex.
But he's planning on it. I'm just saying, just in general.
Every dude in the world is planning on sex in some way, shape, or form.
Are you planning on sex right now?
Yeah, in a couple days.
It's a couple of days, we'll see. Okay. And then in the second sequence, they see the two hanging out at the middle of the makeout point, and then they get destroyed there.
Okay.
That's like majority of the first part of the movie.
Oh yeah, the first part of the movie is about trying to get laid, but it's not. I never got that. That's why the blob is attacking.
That's no. I'm not saying it's the reason why. I'm just saying this is the reason why. This is something to look at from a perspective that Rob Zombie might start off with.
Oh, I see.
Sex.
Okay.
Long hair, sex. Possibly some weird kinky stuff too.
All right. Would he play the pharmacist, you think?
No.
No, that'd be Sid Haig, the clown from House of a Thousand Corpses, because he puts him in everything.
Okay. I'd be okay with that.
And the daughter, like the main chick, will probably be like a slutty, like fuck you, you fucking dead, I hate you, like that. Like she'll probably be like that.
Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't play this game. I feel like I'm just gonna hate this movie because I'm thinking of how Rob Zombie's gonna fuck it up.
Okay, I only want to say one thing then.
Yes.
I think Rob Zombie's gonna go the direction that I thought this movie was gonna be.
Okay.
Where I didn't realize that the blob was an actual blob.
You thought it was gonna be a guy?
I thought it was gonna be a guy,
like a Jason Voorhees.
No, like the blob from.
Oh, the X-Men.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought maybe that was like a borrowing, but the blob is gonna get somebody, and he's gonna take over the guy's body, and he's gonna be all blobby, and like. So that gives him the whole crazy look that he likes, that Rob Zombie likes.
Okay.
And each blob takes over a new body, and their body becomes a vessel for the blob.
Okay.
So that the slime is just on top of them, making them look disgusting and walk and talk and whatever. So that's how the blob is going to work
Like
in the
brain
Rob Zombie
blobs?
version.
They did that in Futurama already. Brain slugs, right? Or brain blobs? There would be like these things that were.
I didn't watch enough Futurama. I'm sorry.
So
That
basically,
sounds familiar.
yeah.
But no, they're going to be covered in it, so they look disgusting in the way that Rob Zombie would want somebody to look disgusting in his movie.
So when you're watching this movie and you see that it's an actual blob substance rolling through town, were you like, what the fuck?
It took me a couple minutes to come to terms with what was happening.
Okay.
But I did eventually. And then I got sucked out of my... After I dove in enough, I got pulled right back out again. Which we'll get to that, though.
So, one thing I like about this movie, practical effects, man.
Yeah.
All the kills, practical effects, it's puppetry, it's fucking makeup, it's all the shit I love.
Yeah.
There was some CGI stuff for the blob, like from the...
On the roof.
Yeah, like the it was. I think it's the same thing in Jurassic Park. If the dinosaur is close to you, it's a practical shot, but if it's away from you, it's a CG shot.
Okay.
I think the same rules apply here.
Okay.
88. What's so crazy to me? We always bring this up. Jurassic Park still holds up, and that's 92.
Yeah.
This is 4 years away for the technology, and this technology didn't age well. Is what I'm saying.
No.
This blob did not age well.
But the way
especially its tentacles that came out. Yeah.
Oh boy.
That was interesting tentacles.
Yeah.
Yeah. They remind me of the Dalek hands, or the Ood things, and from Doctor Who. No. basically, Oods are. Yeah. No, it was. What was that other one we did where it was really shitty with the arms? The xenomorphs?
Grabbers.
No, xenomorphs?
Xenomorphs are the aliens from Alien.
No, okay. The one with Luke Skywalker in it.
Mark Hamill?
Oh,
the
Guyver.
The Guyver. What are those? They were called something.
Xenomorphs. With an X.
No, they weren't
Oh, Zonites.
Yeah, something like
Okay,
that.
the
They were
Zonoids.
something like that. Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
exactly what they are.
Remember when that big guy had his hands out?
Yeah.
It was like, "Mwah, mwah."
Yeah.
Like, oh, we ran out of our budget for this part of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so it opens up with the a football game,
Uh-huh.
basically. It's really not important. Football happens, things. He asks a girl out. Great, they're going to go out.
So the characters you really need to know are the jock. I don't know anyone's name. So
Yeah.
So there's
that's true.
There's the jock.
Yeah.
His friend, Shawnee Smith, who's the cheerleader.
Right. Meg.
Meg. Okay, I forgot you have IMDb open.
Yeah. Right there, man.
Johnny Drama, who's fucking
Drama.
Brian Flagg.
It took me a while to realize what was happening. It was when I first saw his face, he looked like a very young Ethan Hawke to me.
Okay.
And I was trying to be like, is that Ethan Hawke? What? How old have you been at that time? No. Wait, what? But then after a while, just his like mannerisms was like, oh, that's drama.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't not see it. Then it was drama the rest of the time.
His character's name is Brian Flagg.
Yeah.
Flagg. If you know horror, specifically Stephen King, that last name's significant.
Oh.
It's Frank Darabont loves Stephen King. That's why he directed Shawshank, which is a Stephen King story. He directed The
is that
Green
right?
Mile, which is a Stephen King story. He loves Stephen King, and Randall Flagg is the villain from his 1,100-page book, The Stand. Randall Flagg is like a demon who shows up in different Stephen King stories.
Okay.
And he's actually the main bad guy in the Dark Tower series of books.
Oh, I actually downloaded the Dark Tower series of books audio version.
Okay.
I'm gonna be
Damn,
listening to those too. I have a lot of things to listen to, man.
Because you say you downloaded this, right?
Yeah, I just did.
He got the Game of Thrones.
I got the Game of Thrones.
book. Yeah.
Yep, and I got Dark Tower now. I also got 1984,
Oh, that's a good one.
which is because I recognized it. I was like, I should probably listen to that.
I still have my 1984 copy that I haven't returned from the Whittier Public Library. It's how old are we? 33. It's 16 years old.
Okay.
It's 16 years past due.
I have one from junior high from the school library that I was at, not the public library. That's basically teaches you how to fold paper airplanes different ways.
I'm kind of scared to turn mine in because it's a public library. I'm scared like
Oh,
they're gonna fuck because there's an episode of Married with Children where he returns a book and she tells Al,
Yeah.
the librarian tells Al, you owe $10,342 or some ridiculous number.
Wasn't there a Seinfeld about that as well? I think. I feel like there was.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be a Seinfeld thing.
Yeah.
But most likely George didn't return the
It was
book.
absolutely, it had to have been George. Yeah, it couldn't have been anybody else.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So sorry. So
yeah.
Johnny Drama plays Brian Flagg, who's like the cool outsider. Maybe not cool. Just he's the outsider guy.
I couldn't buy it. He's supposed to be like a rebel type of guy.
Yeah.
He's got a motorcycle.
I don't play with the rules, man.
Yeah,
I'm a
smoking
high school
cigarettes.
dropout.
Yeah.
I ride my bike around town.
He's too pretty, man. his face is just too like childish to be a badass.
Yeah.
Whereas they're trying to make him a badass, but he's too pretty.
Uh-huh.
It's weird. Johnny Drama now could play that badass. Johnny Drama then
It is
could not.
late 40s.
Yes.
He can play the high school dropout badass.
Well, just the way that his face looks now.
Yeah, he's aged a little.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah. Toward the fact that you could see him being a badass. Whereas this guy, doesn't have any pores. He's just,
Yeah.
he's just, it didn't work. It didn't work for me.
Well, those are really the four main characters you really need to know. Yeah. And actually, two of them die off.
Right.
So you only really need to know Shawnee Smith and Johnny Drama.
That's right.
Let's talk about this pharmacy scene.
Okay.
Yes.
Just pretty much the high school, the quarterback.
This has been recreated.
The douchebag guy.
On Facebook videos, I've seen this type of scene recreated, saying,
okay.
"Oh, this is not the first impression."
Oh, okay. So the high school like douchebag guy, he's gonna ask the cheerleader out on a date. So him and his other douchebag friend, they go to the pharmacy.
Well, he asked her on a date as he has like mild concussion from a football play. He's like, "Oh, hey, want to go out?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so they drive to the pharmacy, and he wants to get condoms because he thinks he's getting laid on the first date.
Right.
And what's hilarious is does he have the condoms yet? Because he runs into the priest, like the pastor in town.
Yeah. Oh, this is a funny scene.
Yeah, I like this scene.
Well, because he goes up to Art Lafleur, which is the pharmacist. Hey, I need some Banaka and some condoms.
Oh, that's right. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
And
then Art Lafleur takes off to go get the condoms and the Banaka. And then here comes the priest.
And then the priest shows up. That's right. So he tells him. Oh, I don't see you at church often. He's like, oh, I'm trying to go back. And he goes, here are your condoms and your Banaka. Like he says it, loud for the priest to hear.
Right. No, you want regular or you want ribbed? I think at one point he's like, ribbed.
Yeah.
So he comes back. Here's your ribbed condoms and your Banaka.
And the priest is like, oh my.
That's pretty great.
And he goes, oh no, it's for my friend.
That guy over there.
That guy over there. Yeah. It's for my friend over there.
Yeah.
So later on,
I told him he needs to protect himself, and this. So why isn't he buying them? Well, because I had to drag him here in the first place. So I mean, I'm just getting it for him. Yes. Super awkward, but I think the priest bought it.
Yeah.
But
so then he goes to pick up Shawnee Smith, and she goes, "I want you to meet my dad." And Maestro, who is it?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
She goes. So the douchebag guy.
He's reading a newspaper at the time.
So the douchebag guy goes to pick up Shawnee Smith. She goes, "I want you to meet my dad." So what? So take this is the scene you want to talk about.
Yeah,
ribbed.
Yeah, the first thing he says is ribbed. That's all he says. He's got a smile first when he pulls the newspaper down. Goes straight to horror, whatever, and then ribbed. Just ribbed.
That was great.
Yeah,
that was a great scene.
That's perfect.
So her dad is the pharmacist. So Adam, you're a father of a daughter.
Yes,
who is 10. So she's coming into her teenage
more
years.
than that, but yeah.
So maybe in like 6-7 years, she goes out with a guy. Why is he still letting her go out with this guy? Why does he still let her leave the house with this guy when he saw him earlier? Put yourself in this situation. You're a pharmacist, and then your daughter says, "Oh, look, Dad, I want you to be my friend," and it's that same guy who you dealt with earlier.
Yeah.
Why is your daughter still out going with this guy?
The only thing that would make sense to me is I would like to believe I have done a very good job raising my daughter.
Okay.
She's going to see through this guy very easily and quickly, and it won't even be an issue. Now, that's what I'm going to tell myself, regardless of whether or not it may be true. That's the only way I will be able to cope with anything later on. At that point in life, I don't even want to like thinking about it. But when it comes to that point, I'm going to just be thinking, I raised her right. I raised her right. I raised her right. And I'll be saying that to myself until she gets home from that date. I raised her right. I raised her right. Just hoping and praying that it's actually true that I raised her right. That's the only way that she would have still gone out. Or just pure shock. Maybe he's still sitting in that chair saying ribs.
That's all you can say.
Yeah.
Honey, would you like some pie? Ribbed.
We had ribs last night. Rib.
Oh, honey, your favorite, the McRib is back.
Yeah.
Ribbed.
Yeah, that's his thing. For the rest of his life, he just walks around looking at things and they become ribs in front of him.
So that's like the high school kid story.
Yeah.
So something crash lands from space, and this is supposed to be like small town America. We don't know where it is.
Yeah,
it crash lands, and this like vagrant, this like homeless guy, finds it, and he picks up. So it's a meteor. It looks like
It looks like an asteroid.
Yeah.
That has a crack in it. It's basically like one of those geode rocks type of thing.
Yeah.
With ooze coming out of it.
Yeah.
Probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah, purple, like slimy ooze.
Yeah.
So he gets a stick and he tries to pick it up to examine it. I don't know why you would. Sure.
Yeah.
Picks it up, and then the thing latches onto his hand. He's like, ah! It's like eating him or burning him. So he gets his like machete, and he tries to cut his own hand off. And I love this. Gets a big chunk of his hand. Nope. The blob covers that chunk and keeps consuming him. He's like, ah! So then, as the two are on the date, the homeless guy runs out like, ah, and they hit him, and he's like, help me.
But meanwhile, we got
Johnny Drama.
Johnny Drama's
He's
chasing him.
Yeah.
Why was he chasing him? Do you remember why he was chasing him?
Because he ran off literally like screaming, and he was just trying to make sure he was alright. He's actually being a good guy.
Oh yeah, why was Drama in the woods?
Why was he there? Because he tried to jump the bridge earlier.
Oh
and
yeah,
failed.
and he couldn't.
And the homeless guy was laughing at him. Yeah. But why was Johnny Drama back there?
I forget.
I said something about his bike being broken.
Let's just say he was in the woods.
His bike had been broken. I think he's right next to one of the back end roads.
Was he peeping on somebody?
No.
Oh, let's just say
that's
he's
the next movie.
Let's just say that's right. We'll just say he's in the woods.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
Because the woods, man, they can't contain you, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas in the city, people want to just like put a label on you. And he doesn't want the label. I don't know.
Is that him?
That's his personality.
Oh, yeah. He's like the cool, like, rebel guy.
Yeah.
You conformist.
Right.
Well, no, that's the goth kids.
Yeah.
From South Park.
That's right.
Yeah, so, so they hit Drama, right?
Yeah. No, they hit the old guy.
Oh, okay, I'm getting
Drama's right
confused.
behind him. They're
Okay.
like, what are you doing? What'd you do? Like, you hit him with the car. What do you mean, what did I do?
Yeah.
You were chasing him. That's why I hit him with the car. All of it. Hey, everybody, we went to the hospital. We got to fix this.
Yeah.
So, Drama, get in the car. Make me. Basically, just being a tough guy. Like,
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, I'm going to go to make sure you don't blame this on me. Insurance and things.
Yeah. So they check him in the hospital, and nobody, like, they're saying, there's something on his hand. We don't know what it is. I don't know. So so they get checked in, and then his name is what is Johnny Drama's name? If you can move that screen up a little, Adam.
He is
Brian Flagg.
Brian
Okay.
Flagg.
So the guy's name is Paul. He's the douchebag jock guy.
Yeah, Paul Taylor.
So the way this story is set up, it looks like Paul, Brian, and Shawnee Smith are going to be the three heroes of the movie.
Yeah.
And I love this. Because this is very Game of Thrones-esque, very, very Game of Thrones-esque.
Yeah.
You don't know who's going to live, you don't know who's going to die, but you kind of have an idea Johnny Drama's going to stay alive.
Yeah.
You kind of get that idea. Paul goes to check on the homeless man, and he's completely covered in like a blanket, and he lifts
he goes to get Meg a Coke.
Yeah, that's right.
And then ventures into the...
Oh, there's the homeless guy. I'm going to go check on him.
Yeah.
And then he lifts the blanket, and he's like, there's like half of him.
Yeah.
It's like in those Vietnam movies where the guy gets blown up and they're dragging just half of him.
Yes.
That's what he looks like, but it looks like the acid is eating him.
Right.
So he's like, oh my God, there's something that he's dying. He's being eaten from the inside.
Yeah. He runs in, he busts into the doctor's office, which he's having a consultation at 11 o'clock at night.
Right. That's
Excuse me, I'm with a patient here.
Yeah. I think the patient has cancer or something. He's like, well, these are the options that we have. Oh, sir.
But I'm an oncologist. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Come check out this guy. He's dying. It's an emergency. They go check him out. Oh, my God. And,
So here's my question to you, because eventually the blob
blacked out in
starts
there.
like getting bigger and taking over. Was the blob just on the stick? Like by consuming people, did it get bigger? Was that's the idea behind the blob?
Yes.
Right? This is my own movie. I don't even fucking know.
That's the vibe I got.
Okay.
Now that even was only just a portion of the blob.
Because the rest is in that thing.
In the meteor asteroid thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The little part that got on the stick is now what has consumed the old man's body, become bigger, and then was on the roof, and then jumps down.
Oh, this scene, yeah. So Paul goes on the phone, and I forget who he's calling. It doesn't matter. He's on the phone with somebody, and he's calling.
Sheriff.
Oh, the sheriff. And the sheriff is in the Green Mile. He's one of the guards in the Green Mile.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's in a few Darabont, Stephen King.
Jeffrey DeMunn?
Yes, Jeffrey DeMunn. He's in a lot of stuff. Like, you've seen him before, dude. He's another guy who you've seen a lot of stuff in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yes.
He's so young.
Yes. What's his top? What is he known for? What is his top Shawshank.
Green Mile, The Mist. Oh,
Yes, he's in The Mist.
The Mist.
He's the one who comes
that's
running
gotta be
in. There's
spoilers.
something in the mist.
Yes, that's got to be spoilers later. That has to be. X-Files.
What is it? A TV series or the movie?
That's the movie, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah, dude. He's in everything.
Yeah.
He's another guy.
I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, that's him.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of character actors in this movie.
Adult beginners. Oh my.
Yeah. So he's calling the sheriff. So,
Dale.
oh yeah, that's right.
He's Dale from
He's
The Walking
Dale.
Dead.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
Oh,
I
Burn
told
After Read. All right.
I told you, Darabont, dude.
Yeah.
He likes to use the same people. The bad guy in Die Hard 2 is in The Mist too, and he's in Shawshank. He's the guy the old man holds the knife to when he's getting out.
The guy that was naked.
Yeah, the guy
exercising?
kung fu fighting naked guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bad guy in part 2. Yeah, Darabont likes to use the same cast.
Okay.
So he's
Did
on
Darabont have anything to do with Die Hard 2?
with
Die Hard 2?
no.
Okay.
No. It's just that guy's in it.
Okay. Okay. Let's get back to the movie.
So he's on the phone with the sheriff, and as he's walking forward, something's dripping like acid behind him.
on the desk that he's like sitting at. Yeah, he goes into the office. It's dripping, and which is interesting. I guess we're learning more about this blob as time progresses. Mm-hmm. I guess he's mostly acidic.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it makes sense. This thing would like kill you
Yeah.
based on just touching it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's over the entire roof.
Well, it's on the ceiling.
Yeah,
And it's
the ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not on the entire ceiling of the thing either. It's about the size of a human.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it drops on him. He's like, ah!
He
And
starts yelling.
it cuts away. So you're like, oh, did he dodge it in time? Nope. Because Shawnee Smith sees him.
Yep.
And he's like melting. He's like in the blob. He's like, ah!
And this version of Paul is a version Rob Zombie's going to make everybody in the blob.
Okay.
That version
That's
of
what
Paul.
you're thinking.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Or it's on him. You can still see them kind of, but they're just all blobified.
Okay. This is actually the VHS cover.
Oh, is it?
Paul like
Nice.
like that. That's the VHS cover.
Maybe that's why I thought that's what this movie was about.
Okay.
Maybe somehow I saw the VHS cover at some point. I thought the blob, it's just like
And it got imprinted in your
blob.
brain.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was incepted.
Whatever. If I told you whatever you do, don't think of elephants. What's the first thing you think of?
Elephants.
Yeah.
That are dressed as giraffes, though.
Oh, that's a good comeback.
I tried to mask it, but it was too late.
Okay.
Like, elephants, giraffes. Oh, no, they're just elephants dressed as giraffes now.
And the next victims, I love this. It's Paul's douchebag friend who's on a date with another chick.
Yes.
And I think this is what you mean, Maestro, about the sex. Because
Yes.
she's, I don't know how the blob like got to this chick. Like, because the camera cut, they're already in the car.
Oh, he got the camera cut because he came in through the open door while the guy was missing.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
This is a smooth.
I'm sorry, I'm trailing off because I got the flu when we were in Canada. So I watched this movie and then the flu kicked in. So my memory of it is fading out a little because of my fever dreams.
Did you watch it in Canada?
No, I watched it when we got back. But the
okay.
flu didn't kick in until the next day.
Oh. Okay. Just wondering if in Canada TV it was called Blob.
Dude, I got to tell you about the TV in Canada, but I'll tell you after.
Blob.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
I get it.
It's a bad joke. Really bad.
So what happens? There's a crack in the window?
No, because
or-
this guy, he's such a fucking man whore.
Yeah.
what he basically does is he has these rings that he gives to the girls
yes.
to make them think that they're special. He takes them out to this like makeout point. He goes back. He's got a blender in his trunk.
That's right. He has like a little bitty bar.
Yeah, that he's making drinks and closes the box full of all the rings that he gives to all these women to take to like. All right, I'm going to take this back in and get her drunk, and we'll get down. That's his MO.
Yes.
That's what he does.
Or this could be his first time trying it like this.
No, there's no way.
Yeah, I know.
He had a box full of rings
Yeah.
and a binder full of ladies. Or
He had a binder? I didn't see the binder.
it's an old political joke.
Oh.
So he crack myself up. Sorry. So while he's in the trunk making the drinks, which may be was it Roofie Colada? Was that the
Let's call it Roofie Colada.
Roofie Colada? And then that's when the blob gets in through the window or through the open door. So now he comes back in. Hey, I got these drinks for us. Ooh, she's passed out.
Starts rubbing.
Yes. Excellent. Now, in case she's not fully passed out, I got to keep up appearances. Hey, so it's kind of hot, right? Yeah, we should we're just unbutton that blouse a little bit so you can get some air.
So her head is like slumped down opposite of where he is. So
Yeah.
he can't see her face.
No.
And she's got a dress on, the buttons in the front.
Uh-huh.
So you just kind of start popping the first button off. Oh, a little more cleavage. Another button there, a little more cleavage. All right, I think I got enough space in there to fit my hand. Slides the hand in, and then the blob jumps out at him.
Because it's eating her from the inside
Yes, the blob already got to her
out.
while we weren't watching. While we were watching him make drinks.
And
With his,
If you like
blender.
what's the drink called?
roofie colada.
If you like roofie coladas, getting caught in the rain. Yeah, then it eats him
Passing out in a car at midnight.
from a douchebag jock.
from a spiked glass of champagne.
That song, I don't know if I asked you this before. Was the wife and was she actually cheating on the husband, or was this like a game that they played with
They
each
were
other
both
to
trying
re-spark?
to cheat on each other.
Oh, so they were legitimately cheating on
Yes.
one another. But they
Yes.
just happened to read the same act.
Right.
Okay.
And instead of getting mad at each other, they're like,
Oh,
"You like pina coladas?"
getting caught
Oh
in the
my
rain.
god, I forgot. That's amazing.
I had in my mind it's their marriage is kind of dull, so like let's spice it up a little bit.
Ah.
So yeah, that makes more sense. They're both actually cheating on one
No,
another.
they're both trying to step out, for sure.
Okay.
And then it just has a romantic end at the end.
Yeah.
What the?
Oh man.
Okay, so they're dead.
Yeah.
So
We've been for a while already.
Yeah, but the first
Yeah.
15, 20.
Yeah.
No, first 20 is not
That's true.
going to be in
Okay.
this version.
Right.
So the effects, Adam, you got to give me props on this movie.
The effects.
The practical effects
yeah.
are pretty good for its time.
I was really okay with the movie up until the final couple scenes.
Oh no.
And then I started pulling out a little bit.
Okay.
Like the blob pulled out from that fire and shooting thing from the ice. Yeah.
That's right.
Is that an X-Men reference?
No, he just wanted to like nod.
Oh, okay. So they try to go to the police to tell them, like, hey, there's this blob thing going around town, and so they wind up at the diner. Oh, because don't they say the sheriff always go to the diner because he has a crush on the waitress or something?
Yeah. Well, first of all,
They
the
somehow
blob
wind
takes up
up
the
on the
hospital,
diner.
and the blob disappeared without anybody noticing anything.
Yeah.
So the cops get there to investigate.
Well, I think it goes into the sewer system.
Yeah, so they go investigate and there's nothing, no trace of anything.
Yeah.
Oh, she's just hysterical because of what? What are they reporting then?
Yeah.
They're reporting a missing body and
And half of the body.
Yeah.
yeah, and I guess a half. Fine, she go home. Fine.
So they go to the diner, and oh yeah. So the
Where we meet
blob
Dale.
Yeah, for The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
He has a bad crush on the waitress there.
Yeah, this is cute.
Yeah.
I like the scene.
Yeah.
It's cute.
And there's like a drain in the sinks. in the
Oh, yeah.
back. So the guy.
Well, she goes to ask. He tries to ask her out. She says, "I can't," but then slides him a note saying, "I get off at 11."
Yeah, that's right.
And then he takes off. All right. It's getting late. It's getting late. Now, she was it Meg? Meg and Drama are eating dinner at the diner as well.
Yes.
All right, so it's pretty much last call for food. Here, you got to eat this because we're about to close. It's getting close to 11 now, so
You know, we got to hurry this up.
Yeah, we might get to Dale now. So she goes back into the kitchen, and that's where the whole draining thing is happening.
Yeah, so the guy's trying to unplug it, and then the guy gets, Adam, the look on your face, he gets pulled into the drain, like his whole body gets sucked in by the blob. Yes, a drain
a drain.
smaller than that.
It's okay. It's like a baseball.
Yes.
the size softball for being generous,
Yes.
but a baseball is the size.
Sucks
of
a
this
full
drain.
man through.
Yes, full grown man through the drain.
And it has the curve on the bottom just like a normal
Yep.
drain.
Now, to be fair, there is an extra, like maybe 3-inch bump that comes out of that little curved part of the
Yeah.
drain, where the body is coming through. Yeah, the blob just sucks him up.
Uh-huh.
Now, as he's yelling, here in comes the waitress, and in comes
Drama and...
Drama and Meg,
Yeah.
and they just see his like feet sticking out. The shoe
feet are
pops off
dangling.
comically. And they're just, I don't know what to do. We got to get out of here. So they're trying to escape. The Blob then comes out of the sink, I guess, chases Drama and Meg into the freezer.
Which it won't go into because this is where you find out its weakness. It doesn't like the cold. And in the original Blob, that's its weakness.
Is it?
Is the cold.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not a scientist. I'm definitely not a botanist. But I think viruses under cold, not so bad. Under extreme heat, that's what kills them. Is that not right?
Yeah, that does sound right.
Okay.
Yes, because did you ever watch Outbreak?
Yes.
They dropped that nuke on the village in Africa, and that's how they got rid of the.
Was it a nice
virus.
nuke?
That's right. It was a nuke. They dropped a nuke on it.
Yeah. But again, to be fair though, this isn't killing it. It seems like it's crystallizing it.
Yeah.
Which we find out later. Mm-hmm. So, it's just scared of cold. It's it doesn't like the cold, but it doesn't kill it.
So now it chases after. Oh, so this is my scene. This is where I turned it on the TV. Yeah. So she's in the phone booth, like the Superman style phone booth. You got to slide it open, and she's like, "Oh, I'm looking for the sheriff. I need the sheriff. I need help. Oh, he went down to the diner." And the Blob like covers the whole phone booth, and you see Dale.
Yeah.
Swimming by, not swimming. He's like floating by.
Yeah.
Parts of him.
Yeah.
She's like, ah! And then the phone booth implodes.
Which was what?
No, it was really cool. I just like the way it happened.
this was cool.
I like you were saying about this is kind of Game of Thronesy where I expected that couple to survive.
Yeah.
But no. Oh, Dale died. Oh. All right. Now how are they going to get her out of this phone booth? Oh, they're not. Oh my god. And yeah, so the phone booth implodes. She dies. Now, but the question I have now about the Blob. What are the rules to this Blob?
Oh, yes.
What does it do?
Is it smart enough? It's obviously smart enough to create tendrils to grab at you.
Right.
But
as far as consuming human beings,
okay.
What are the rules of that?
I don't know. I don't know if they're established.
Because it takes them a long time.
It just depends on what Darabont wants to do with it.
Yeah, it takes a long time to get half of that homeless guy. It takes mere minutes to get rid of Paul in the hospital.
Yes.
But the sheriff is just kind of hanging out, almost like fully figured. Inside of the Blob. So, but then the guy in the sink is totally gone within seconds.
Yes.
So what?
I don't know the properties.
What kind of intestinal system does this Blob have?
I don't know.
How does it break things down quickly or fast? Is it based on mood? Maybe is he worn out because of the phone box?
Yes.
That was really my biggest issue is what are the rules to this Blob? What does it do? Because it was very inconsistent.
Yes.
Whereas it took hours for the first guy.
Yes.
Minutes for the next guy. Seconds for the third guy.
the sink guy?
Yeah. And then
the sheriff.
And the sheriff he's still being digested somehow?
Yeah. I remember in Anaconda, Voight got swallowed and then he got spit back up? Maybe it's like that. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Well, the gag reflex is obviously a bad accent.
Oh my.
Anaconda on our Spoilers Archives.
Yes.
Check that out.
So, now they go to the sheriff's office, Johnny Drama. They get out from the freezer and they go to the sheriff's office and they're like, oh, the deputy's at the crash site. Something crash landed.
Right. So that's where I saw the homeless guy.
Yeah. Oh, let's go back and investigate. So they go and they see that there's a bunch of like scientists there wearing like outbreak suits.
Straight out of E.T.
Yeah. They look like the guys out of E.T.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the government guys.
Right.
So this Joe Seneca, who I've seen in stuff before, he's like the head scientist, the black old man.
Yeah. He looks very familiar.
He looks very familiar. Adam's going to bring up the IMDb right now.
Let's see what he's got.
This is great for audio. A Time to Kill. He's the Reverend. Yes.
Okay.
Did you ever see A Time to Kill? Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell. Yeah, he's the Reverend for the church they go to.
Okay.
He tries to raise money for him.
Okay.
Mo Better Blues. Malcolm X. I think he's dead.
Ooh, that'll do it. That'll definitely do it.
His last IMDb entry is 97. Yeah, I think he died, Adam. He's died in 96.
So wait.
No, it was released in 97.
Okay.
Yeah. So we learned.
God rest his soul is what I meant to say by that last.
So we learned through exposition through him that this blob is man-made. It's a pathogen that our government created to fight the Russians because this is the 80s. We're still fighting the Russians here in the Cold War.
Yep. This is back when the terrorists were still white.
Yeah. You know my saying, white terror. It's good to have some white terrorists again.
Yeah. So at first he seems all nice and like charming, but then once they send off Meg and Drama back to town, Drama jumps out because you can't contain me. He goes
He
back.
gets on his bike, and he finally makes the jump
Right.
over that 3-foot gap
All
bridge.
right. Okay.
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
First, he exits the van taking him back to the city. This is when he eavesdrops and finds out that this guy is actually a bad guy.
Yes.
That everything has been man-made. He gets caught because he knocks or something over, makes a loud noise, whatever, who cares. Now he's being chased on the motorcycle. He goes to that same bridge that he couldn't cross earlier. He's being chased by a couple of cars and a helicopter.
Yes.
The helicopter is very plain in sight. He makes the jump. The cars can't make it. And then the helicopter just gives up, apparently.
He's running low on gas.
It's like, oh, because you see the helicopter following him over the jump, and in the next scene he got away.
Yeah.
Like, what? What kind of?
So there's no other road they could take to follow Drama?
No, that's it. It's over.
It's that one little 3-foot gap?
Yeah. I guess helicopters can't jump a bridge either.
They have to land in order to jump.
And I know they weren't like concerned, like, oh, we lost some jeeps. Let's look for them.
Yeah.
No, they don't care about civilians. They want their meteorite.
Yeah.
So, helicopter was there just for a cool shot as he jumped, and then they lost the budget. They couldn't afford to pay the pilot for another extra scene, so I guess he can't follow us.
That's good.
So, so Meg goes back to her home, and she finds out that her little brother isn't there. He snuck off to the movies.
Yes.
This I love.
This was
so
fun.
the little brother loves horror movies, so him and his friend wanted to see, I forgot the name of the movie, but it's supposed to be like a Friday the 13th movie about...
Yeah, it's about hockey, the guy with the hockey mask.
He wears like a hockey mask and he has like a chainsaw or something.
Yeah.
So the movie, all of a sudden, it goes to like this couple making out, and there's a guy holding like a chainsaw, and he's wearing a mask.
Yeah, oh man.
And I completely forgot this.
This is great.
Watching this, and I'm like, wait, what? There's a fucking serial killer now?
Yeah.
And then they're in the movie theater
Yes.
watching it.
That caught me off guard too.
Yeah,
Like, wait,
I was
what?
like,
This is
what?
a weird cutscene.
So watching this, is this your thoughts on the movies, the slashers I
Yes,
like? You're like, yeah,
absolutely.
this is exactly how
Yeah.
Hollywood thinks they
Hey,
are.
there's somebody out there. Maybe it's just a peeping Tom. Well, let's give him something to peep at. Wait, hockey season's over. Ah! So ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. I love them. I love these movies. That did throw me off. I was like, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
There's like a serial killer in this? Yeah, that threw me off big time.
Yeah. So it cuts to that. That's where the kids are.
Yeah.
They're being loud and obnoxious. The usher, which is their brother, I guess, or cousin or something. Doesn't matter. The Blob is now in the film room.
And he covers the projection, so the screen turns like a purple haze.
Yeah. Well, first he eats the projectionist because the air conditioning was out. And then the screen goes out. Everybody's like, what's going on? They turn around. There's a blob over the entire roof now.
Yes.
Now, or ceiling.
Yeah.
The entire ceiling of the movie theater is the blob.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone freaks out. They're running away. The blob is swiping people up.
And then Shawnee Smith, what's her name? Meg. Sorry. Meg shows up to rescue her brother and her friend, and they escape through the back alley into the sewer system. Is that Family Guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Meg.
All right. So they escape into the sewer system, and they're working their way through the sewer tunnels.
Because if you're trying to escape a giant blob, go to a confined space.
I like how the entire time that the blob was there, these kids try to get out of a door that they can't open until Meg gets in there.
Yeah.
Because that jacket we saw earlier, it doesn't zip all the way.
Oh yeah.
So
And then-
he got caught in the jacket got caught in the door because it was
yeah.
that baggy. I don't know.
I don't know.
Get in the sewer. They're running away.
And then the blob shows up in the sewers, and I completely forgot this. They kill his friend's fucking. They kill the brother's friend.
Yes.
You could never. Not even Rob Zombie could kill a fucking kid in his movie. You just don't do it anymore.
No. It's really hard to do.
Yeah, it's really really hard to do.
It has to be done the perfect way to get away with it.
Like in Face Off, when his kid dies in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
But that's only to set up the story, even.
Exactly.
They don't show anything.
Him
really.
getting melted when he comes out of the sewer, like
Yeah, that was gruesome, but it was amazing.
I know, I loved it.
because I wasn't expecting it. A
Yes.
lot of the deaths I wasn't expecting, which kind of it was a nice feeling to not be able to tell where.
Not have spoiler goggles on.
Yeah, but after this sewer scene, I could pretty much I knew the rest of the movie how it was going to play out.
Okay.
But up until this point, I'm still whoa. The kid goes under the water. Whoa! She dives in after them. Whoa! So now they're both dead. This is what I'm thinking. They're both dead. But if she comes out of the water with that kid and they're both safe, I'm going to be pissed as hell.
Okay.
I remember thinking that, like, there's no way you're going to save that kid. You cannot save that kid from that blob.
So
what happens?
So when the kid's dead, are you happy?
Yeah, in a weird way.
Okay.
Like, thank you for not being that bad of a movie.
Okay. So they make it up to the surface, but the town they're in is already under quarantine, quote unquote quarantine, by Meadows, the black guy,
Yep.
and his team, and he's telling them, "Oh, this kid," he's pointing a giant drum. "This kid is contaminating your whole town. We have to take him out." So he tries to shoot him, but he's standing over the sewer grate or the manhole that's open.
Yeah.
So the blob picks him up and he sucks him into the sewer.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because of the blob. Okay, before that, in the sewer, after the kid dies, they have to get up out of the sewer.
Oh, yeah.
And as they're trying to get out, Meadows is telling them, no, close the sewer. They're expendable. We got to contain this because I want that organism.
Yeah.
I need this blob.
Yes.
We got to study it. We got to harness it and make it a weapon. That's his whole MO here. So they close the grate on those people. One of the guys, scientists downstairs, has a rocket launcher as is part of his backup, is on his back. They blow the sewer off. They get out of the sewer. And now they're trying to. This is what the standoff have with drama. Where we got to take care of this guy. He's infected. He's going to kill all of you. One cop shows up to stop all the scientists. They're
And they're like military scientists.
right? The ET guys.
Yeah.
And there's a little standoff. And at this point, the blob,
Now comes out of the sewers.
Yeah.
And now it's everyone versus the blob.
with his dot-like tentacles, he goes and he grabs.
I like how they do it too. It's like,
So, does this mean the blob recognizes, hey, you're the one that created me, you dick, and I'm trying to get revenge?
I don't know what this thing knows.
Because it wasn't the closest person to it, the sewer grate.
it wasn't.
It was just the person that was the most danger at the time. So, is the blob semi-good here? Does he?
In this case, yeah.
Yeah, because he reaches for the guy, sucks him into the sewer, he's dead, and then everyone's like, all right, well, now that the guy that was making us do what we didn't want to do is out of the way, let's do what we want to do. Let's destroy
kill
this
this fucking thing.
Yeah.
So you hit it with flamethrowers and guns.
The
and
guys with the gun over the top, boom. Yeah. He's got grenades, which are very apparent.
Yeah.
They weren't there a second ago, but now they're very apparent on his body. So, all right, those grenades are going to come to play any second now.
Oh, and the priest gets hit by a fire by the flamethrower, so he's set on fire.
Yeah.
But Shawnee Smith puts him out.
Right.
So he's all
by the
burnt
way,
up.
earlier, the priest goes to investigate the cafe, the diner.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he picks up some frozen particles of this blob.
Yeah.
They try to go into the freezer. Doesn't matter now, but it will later.
Yeah. Yeah. So they try to shoot this thing. Doesn't work. Retreat to the town hall. So they all go to the town hall and they try to board it up. Art LaFleur's back there at the town hall.
Yep.
The pharmacist, he's back there. And he's like, "Oh, you're not with that rib guy. Cool."
Ribbed.
So the town. So this is when she realizes the cold hurts the blob, because when she puts out the priest with the fire extinguisher, couldn't think. The blob's like, ah, like it gets scared. So she's like, oh, we need to use the cold. So they go in and they put up barricades. It's not working. The blob's fighting through. I like how the deputy, how he dies. He gets ripped in half. Like he's bent backwards and he goes through through the window.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah, it's like in the bookshelf or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put up a giant bookshelf to try to block the door. The blob comes through a little bit. Yeah, and breaks it backwards.
So the thing can physically grab an object and pull it.
Looks like it.
Again, the rules of this blob are...
Is it acidic or not? If it's that acidic, when it tries to grab, it just cuts him in half. It shouldn't be able to also pull.
It may not be just as acidic. It might just have acidic mucus.
Okay, so it uses the acid on command?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it secretes it when it needed to. I don't know.
That's actually Bible. I think I'll accept that. Okay. Well done, Maestro.
Oh, thank you. I like how this okay, we're already where the tentacles and everything, all the crazy parts. I just like how they just keep on throwing grenades at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that had the grenades on a second ago, he's about to get smashed, and he pulls the pins on his vest, which does nothing to the blob. Because again, cold only affects him, not heat, like an actual.
It seems
organism.
to me that like heat just makes him make angrier,
Yeah,
or it, like fuels his hunger.
Yeah.
like a metabolism almost.
yeah. Because basically, the way the blob comes out of the sewers is after they start shooting it and throw a charge down there, the whole city starts having like an earthquake type of thing. And Drama says, "Oh, I think you just upset it." And then that's when it comes out of the ground and starts attacking the city hall. And they're using fire extinguishers, which run out very quickly. I don't know how they actually work in real life, but I feel like it should last a little longer than that.
I actually had to Google search. Are fire extinguishers cold when the thing comes out?
Okay.
Because I'm like, are they cold or is it just like a foam substance? No, it comes out cold.
Yeah.
Like that's legit. I didn't know that.
I
What,
think
liquid nitrogen?
No. In a fire extinguisher.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't sure if it came out cold or not.
I believe it's a two-part thing. It's cold, but it's also CO2, which
Eats the
Which is-
oxygen.
yeah,
of the flames.
fire needs oxygen. So you take the oxygen away from the atmosphere,
Yeah.
fire goes away. So probably a little bit of both.
Okay. I felt so dumb. I was like, wait a minute. I paused the movie and I actually Google searched. Do fire extinguishers, are they cold? Or I put in something like that. It says yes. It's a cold system that.
I think it's the same kind of concept as when you take one of those air things to clean like a keyboard or something.
Oh yeah.
When you turn it upside down, it becomes like you can get frostbite from that type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a weird chemical reaction. Whatever. Anyway,
So it's like killing everybody, but then
drama
goes to like the snowplow truck that has like liquid nitrogen attached.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things that makes it this artificial snow. The same kind they use on like Sky Mountain or whatever.
Yeah.
But it doesn't snow enough for us to be able to ski.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So because we're Californians and we need our snow, we make it ourselves.
Yes,
It's that kind of concept.
he shoots the fake snow at the creature, kind of holding it off. Doesn't really work.
Decides to charge it.
Yeah. Again, the rules.
It was a dumb move. If you know I don't know how he figured out the cold hurts him. I mean, she figured it out because of fire extinguisher. He was not even part of that conversation. He just went, I gotta find some sort of car. Oh, this one works. It's a snow machine.
I think it was just Darabont's like, how do I end this movie?
Yeah.
I have 5 minutes to go.
Yeah,
Well,
basically.
it kind of looked like he just like grabbed that so he could get through.
Yeah. So he starts
was-
shooting snow at the creature. He tries to ram the creature. The creature's like, meh, sorry. Flips the truck over. He's stuck inside. Now, the tank of the snow, which I guess in this movie, the tank is full of all the cold stuff, which separates. I don't think that's how that artificial snow type of thing works. But
I just assumed that was like liquid nitrogen or something.
You know, I do
don't
remember one thing though. We were talking about the ice and everything. Remember how they were in the bath in the what's it called, the diner, and they were in the freezer.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the only way he could have figured it out if he was smart enough.
Yeah, but he's not that smart.
No,
That's true.
No.
that's all I got.
Yeah. By the way, the freezer scene, the floor was also frozen, which it's got to be a huge safety hazard.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
If you go into that freezer,
you're gonna slip. Yeah.
game over, man.
How does anybody walk in there
Right.
to get the food out? That's. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. That's what I do. I think about the weird things that nobody else thinks of.
Okay.
My brain is so screwed up. I gotta pick on anything. Anyway.
So she triggers. She triggers the nitrogen things to go off.
She finds one of the bombs that they used earlier in the sewer and decides I'm gonna use it on this tank. So Drama's in trouble. I gotta save him. Hey, I'm over here! Brrr, shooting him with the gun. Hey, look over here, Blob. And then
Come here! Come here!
come get me up here. Drops the explosion. Turns to run away.
And
Whoops.
gets her foot stuck. So this is where you're like out of the movie already, right?
Yeah, I'm already out.
Okay.
Yeah,
It got really stupid really fast.
Yeah.
real fast.
Yeah. They really need to change this ending.
Yes.
You think we just ran out of time? You're like, we gotta kill it quickly somehow. We've been doing so well. It's like, let's just kill it off somehow.
I know. I think
Huh?
Darabont got a little jumpy at the end. Like, oh no, what do I do now?
Right.
I wrote myself into a corner.
He focused too much on the beginning part. Then the studio came in and were like, We need the final pages tomorrow. Oh, what? Tomorrow? Ah, damn it. I just typed out whatever I can. Here's the ending then. But, so she gets caught. But she's already drawn the Blob away from Drama. So Drama gets out of the truck and now goes back to save her, which just finished saving him. So they save each other, run away, explosion, the ice explodes.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, a fire explosion would have melted whatever ice in there, but whatever, fine.
It crystallizes the blob and it gets broken up into little pieces. So they put it in the ice house of the town. Isn't that what they said? Like the mayor said, "Oh, we'll keep the blob here in the ice house."
Yeah, before morning, we got to get that in the ice house.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, before it melts.
Right.
And then
that's basically
and
it.
then the twist.
There's the last thing with the preacher, but
the preacher, he has his own like fucking tent set up. He's like, the day of Armageddon's coming, and you see his face is all burned up, and then he has that piece of blob that he took from the freezer in a glass jar that he's saving. I don't know for what.
Oh, for Armageddon.
Yeah,
for Armageddon.
For when God tells him it's time to release it.
So that'll be Armageddon.
Is there a sequel to this?
No.
Oh, thank God.
So that's 1988's The Blob. I really like this movie. So you know how last week, well, those of you listening, you couldn't really hear, but in our House of a Thousand Corpses episode, Adam said his definition of horror would be House of a Thousand Corpses. Well, my definition of horror is this movie because it has effects, like practical effects. It's like a dumb, silly premise, and it's very self-referential.
Okay.
The slasher movie. Oh, we'll give them something to peep at. Like how stupid that is. Like this to me is like what I think of a horror movie. Like it's a dumb, silly, funny premise with like cool effects.
Yeah.
And there's like funny parts in it. Yeah. This is my definition of a horror movie.
Okay.
I really enjoyed this movie. There's an app I use called Letterboxd where it's sort of you rate movies. It's like a social networking app where you just rate movies.
Okay.
I went from I'm such a fucking loser. I made lists because you can make lists like power rankings of the Friday the 13th movies, and you rank them whatever you want.
Okay.
So I made a list. Every year I've been alive, the movies I've seen.
Oh,
so each list are the movies that came out during the year I was alive that I've seen.
Oh, interesting.
So like in 1988, this is in there.
Okay.
And you give them stars.
So you didn't have to watch it at the time, just in
No,
general.
it's just if it was released in the time I've been alive,
okay,
then it's on one of those lists.
Oh.
From 88 to now. So last movie I saw in theaters was Mother, that Jennifer Lawrence movie. So I added it to my
is that Javier Bardem?
27 to my 2017 movie list.
Okay.
Anyway, I had this at 2.5 stars. Cause I remember liking him like, when I was done.
Out of 5?
I bumped this up to 4 stars.
Okay.
I fucking love this movie.
Okay.
This movie was great.
Yeah, all right.
I didn't think I was gonna like it this much. I love this movie just because it's so like dumb and silly, and the fucking effects are great.
Yeah, these are really cool effects for the time.
For the time.
Yeah. I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like I said, it lost me towards the end.
This was secretly my dream. Like, Hollywood, you should have picked The Blob as the movie you made me watch.
When you were saying that, you wish I would like it. I didn't want to say anything, but like I kind of did. Up until like the
third act.
Third act, it fell apart real quick.
It went off the rails bad.
So fast. But up until then, it was because it had parts of like the thing in it where it was, you're not sure what's happening, or everything seemed kind of normal-ish. It was fine. It was fine. They were heading in a good direction, and then Act 3 just fell apart completely.
Yep.
I was looking forward to the ending.
Oh yeah. Okay. So this is okay in your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first half to 3/4. So I was into.
This is the top tier of the
so far
horror movies we made you watch.
So far,
okay.
So far, as far as all the horror movies that come to mind, this does not rank as low as those do.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Weird. I'm very confused by it.
Your closing thoughts, Maestro, before we move on.
Oh, I thought the effects were really awesome. I mean, I loved it the way they literally like started to melt in front of my eyes. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I was looking at it like, I'm a little grossed out too. I like it.
Huh. A like all around.
Well, not a huge like.
Yeah.
Accept it. You liked it.
It ended up losing me but it came up with a lot of promise.
Okay, if you liked it, that's something. But switching back and forth, for me, it's really difficult to accept that kind of an answer.
No, like I said, 3/4 of the movie through, I'm on board.
Yeah.
But then the last quarter, it tanked.
I know,
So weirdly enough, I liked more of the movie than I didn't like of the movie. But I liked more of the movie than I didn't like of the movie. So I liked 75% of it. I didn't like 25% of it. But that 25% makes me lean towards pass.
So that 25% is actually more like a 50% or 51%.
Yes.
So that 75% is actually not really 75%. It's more like 50% or 49%.
Well, if we're talking time-wise, minute-wise, 75%.
Yeah.
Good. 25% not good.
But you're talking about the last 30 minutes of the whole movie, no?
I feel like it was
20?
less than that. Yeah.
15, 20.
15, 20.
So the movie that's that scales to about what? How long
90
was
minutes?
it? 90 minutes? About the
Think about
last.
it this way. If you're high school track meet,
Okay.
it's a mile run. You got 4 laps to run.
Yes.
For the first 3 laps, you're in first place.
Yeah.
During the last lap, you start walking. And then everybody passes you.
Yes.
You lost the race.
Yes.
You had a great start, a good half, and a good 3/4 mark.
Mm-hmm.
That last lap, you lost the entire race.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's what happened in this movie to me.
Okay.
It was in first place for the first 3 laps. Last lap, it gave up.
Okay.
Or maybe it passed out. I don't know. Heat exhaustion. I don't know. Or cold exhaustion.
Oh,
in this
yeah.
case.
Oh. They didn't drop an ice cube on it. That reminds me of the Seinfeld with the chopsticks. I don't know how they missed
Yeah.
it. I mean, Chinese farmer plowing spoon. There it
Yeah.
is.
Hello.
You're not plowing 40 acres with a couple pool cues.
That's right. I love the way he starts off that joke because it's apropos of nothing.
Oh, you know what I like about Chinese people?
Chinese people.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject.
Yeah. Well, that was our opinion of the movie. But like I said at the top of the show, we have lots of them, but we have 0 credentials. Now we're going to hear from people who actually have credentials, the critics. Maybe not. So on Rotten Tomatoes, there's no top critic reviews. It's like horror blog guys and like shady websites. So I didn't even bother. So you're going to go into Rotten Tomatoes blind. Now it's time for the show where I make the guys guess the score of the movie on its Rotten Tomatoes score. For those of you unfamiliar with the scoring system, it's an average score from 0 to 100 amongst critics and the audience. 0 to 59 is rotten, 60 to 84 is fresh, and 85 and up is certified fresh. What would you like to guess first, the critics or the audience?
Let's go with critics first. Now, I like to think of myself as a smart dude in the same kind of mind frame as what I would hope the critics are. Doesn't always work out for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that they're going to go lower because it doesn't finish well. If a movie sets up all these things and doesn't finish, then what's the point of this? But I also know that this is kind of... Oh, that's right. We got our tomato paddles here. I know the movie exists, which is a good sign. Most of these horror movies that you guys try talking about, I've never heard of.
Okay.
This exists. It's got to be good marks.
It was imprinted in your brain
Right.
at some point in your life.
Now, whether or not that was to do anything with the X-Men or not,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm going to give it a 51.
Okay.
Still rotten, but not as low as I would go for other movies.
Okay.
I'm going for a 65.
61%. So it is barely
Okay.
fresh.
It's fresh.
Yeah, anything above 60. It's barely fresh.
That's right. Oh, that's close. Okay.
And now the audience.
Oh, that changes up things a bit. Audience is going to have to like it more. You like the Maestro, right?
I liked it, yeah.
I loved it.
Don't
You
forget,
loved
this
it.
is like, isn't this a cult classic too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's considered a cult classic. It got big. It got bigger in like the VHS world. I rented it a bunch of times, so I know that.
Okay. All right. So, just based on Hollywood skewing the results from all his rentals, I'm going to go with 60.
Okay.
Exactly 60.
75.
55%. It's
Oh.
rotten in the audience.
What?
And it switched.
What?
All right.
How?
I don't
This is
know.
the first time I see it the other way, no?
You know what it
I
is?
believe it's called payola.
It's probably millennials who are like, I don't get it, man. It's a dumb blob. Why don't they use a cell phone? Like, it's probably stupid shit like that. I don't know.
All right. That's weird. That is weird.
Paul Giamatti wasn't in this.
Oh.
We noticed that he's been in a lot of the movies we were doing, and since we all love him, we started to ask where will Giamatti have had in this movie. Now you have to remember you can't sub people out.
Or you have to.
You would have to. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You would have to sub someone out.
So Art LaFleur.
You can't touch. His delivery on the rib was great.
Now, are we talking about Giovanni during that time of the year, like 1988, or now?
In this fantasy world, any Giamatti from any age,
from any era.
Doctor Who can go and pick him up at any point in his life to bring him into this episode to be part of that movie.
I have my pick.
Oh, yeah?
All right, I got mine as well.
I know who to sub out.
Wait, I'm going first?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, if any time in his life, I would like to see how he could do as a child.
That's one of those horror kids?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, the ones in the theater?
Yeah.
The one who gets eaten?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I want Dr. Meadows is my pick.
Okay.
Because he can very easily go from lovable
To Sinister.
to sinister. Yes. That would have been great.
Mine was just the priest. I could see him given that whole Giamatti, like, and the world will come to an end, ladies and gentlemen.
This was prophesied.
Yeah. Solid choices all around.
All right.
Trivia, I couldn't really find anything. It was all dumb. I didn't want to use it.
One piece of trivia was this is getting remade.
Yeah, by Rob Zombie. And finally, money makes the world go round. We want to put this film into perspective with other films that were released this year so we can get a feel financially how well this film held up to its peers. The budget for this movie, $19 million. $19 million in $1988.
Wow. Whether we had a guess.
Yes?
For the critics and for the audience.
Okay.
70 and 77.
From who?
This is from Maddie, my girlfriend.
Oh, nice.
Watching. Look, thanks, babe.
Can we see who's watching?
Yeah, I'm sure we can.
Is my wife watching?
She joined earlier. I saw that.
Hi, babe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw her name. Hey, babe.
Right.
Love you.
Yeah.
Hey, Annie. Okay. 19 million. I'll give some listeners also some time. So I couldn't find a foreign box office gross. So you're just going to go the U.S. gross. Now,
Yes.
I'm going to give you a little hint. Maestro is right. This is a cult classic, and a cult movie by definition is a movie that didn't do good at the box office, but it got a big following down the road through VHS or whatever. Like Shawshank Redemption. Everyone loves that movie, right?
Yeah.
Bombed at the box office.
Is that right?
Completely bombed. It didn't get big until people started renting it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's your little hint. So the budget was $19 million. So this is a cult classic.
Well, I guess if you're going to the theaters, Shawshank is not something you want to see in theaters. It's kind of slow. It's a good story, but it's not something.
Yeah.
When did VHS come out?
Interesting.
Like early 80s.
Early 80s?
Mhm.
So this is...
Around the time Clue came out, apparently.
Well, no, that's what they figured out. Oh, we'll just make this one movie cheap. Yeah.
So probably the VHS are probably still expensive at the time, no?
No. At this
terribly.
point, there's video stores. So people are renting movies
Yeah, Blockbuster
at a
is
cheaper
huge.
rate. Yeah.
This is Blockbuster heyday. I think was around
The mom and
time
pop
period.
heyday. Yeah.
Yeah. 94 Video, all these places. Yeah, man.
Now we have Redbox and Amazon.
Amazon Prime. That's a great way to watch a movie. Maestro.
Yep, I agree.
Speaking of which, if you're not going to go to Amazon, go to our website first, click on the banner on our page. It takes you to Amazon. You do your shopping as normal. It costs you nothing extra, but it helps support the show. We get a little kickback from whatever you spend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, your guesses, gentlemen, off of a $19 million budget, how much do you think this made?
I think only 3 people came out of this alive?
Yeah, 2. They came face to face with Blob anyway.
No, I mean 3 actors that came out of this movie alive.
I see.
That became relevant?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Kevin Dillon, Jeffrey DeMoon.
And Shawnee Smith, she was in the Saw movies.
Yeah, Art LaFleur as
Art
well.
LaFleur.
Art LaFleur's been around. Oh, we got 4.
Yeah. Joe Seneca, well, he was already well known at that point.
Until his demise in 97, apparently.
So off of $19 million.
I'm going to go 29.
Okay.
29 million?
Yep.
Okay. And he said his made 20 million to make?
No, yeah, $19 million to make. Yeah.
19 million.
But the whole cult classic Clue means...
That those don't count though. It's only home box office, right?
This is just in the theater.
Yeah.
Not by home box office. That's HBO.
Right.
Box office.
No, the actual box office.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna go below.
Oh my.
Yeah, because like, come on. I mean, like, even a movie made in 1988 with the kind of ticket prices, that'd be a lot of money to make up for that. I would say, I'd probably say 15 million. Honestly,
But this is also the heyday of horrors, wasn't it? Around this time period, horrors were everywhere.
That's a good point.
Horrors.
15 million.
It grows 8.2 million.
Wow.
So I was right.
So a bomb
on the idea.
at the box office.
Wow. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Half.
Less than.
Less. So,
Yeah.
this is interesting. This film debuted in eighth place on the weekend of August 5th, 1988 with 2.6 million. Would you
Back
like...
then there was like 9 movies in theaters.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, during this week, going to the box office, oh, come on, dear, let's go to the movies and let's see what movies are playing in the multiplex right now. Here were your 5 options.
5
Okay.
options.
Here are your 5 options. So
Wait, there was 5 options. It was in 8th place.
No. So there was the Blob, okay?
Okay.
But I'm going to read you the top 4 movies that were in theaters at
Okay.
the time of this release. Okay? The number 1 movie that week was Cocktail, the Tom Cruise bartender movie.
All right.
Number 2 was Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Ooh.
Number 3 was Die Hard.
Oh.
Number 4 was Coming to America. So going to the movie theater, you had a choice between Cocktail, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Die Hard, and Coming to America, and The Blob.
Yeah, Blob's not going.
Yeah, The Blob's not going anywhere.
No way. After you've seen Die Hard like 7 to 10 times, then it's Coming to America, I guess.
My pick, Coming to America.
Yeah.
That would have been my pick for the weekend.
Wipers!
Stand on 1 foot. She stands on 1 foot. Bark like a dog. Woof! Woof! Bark like a big dog.
Yeah.
Woof! Woof!
Was the
Woof.
McDowell's, was it?
Yeah.
It's not McDonald's. Oh, you want to get sued?
They have the golden arches. We have the golden... It's something like arches.
Yeah.
Arcs. I think
Bridges.
the golden arcs or something like that.
That was the father of Will Smith's wife in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes. Mr. McDowell.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was a fun movie.
Mhm.
That was real fun.
I love Coming to America.
Yeah.
I saw that movie when I was like a little kid. Like, I don't know how my grandma and my mom let me watch all these movies when I was a kid. Because like in Coming to America, when they're like bathing them, their fucking tits are out.
Yeah, they sure are.
And they never like covered my eyes or they were just watching it with me.
It's okay.
I don't know, man.
Like Eminem said, was it? They got Discovery Channel, don't they? Was it?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's in the song.
Yeah.
Or what was that? What song was that? Devo? No, not Devo.
I'm Slim Shady. Yes, I'm the real
Yeah.
Shady. Because I'm the.
You and
Don't want
me,
the real
baby,
Slim
ain't
Shady.
nothing
Please
but
stand
mammals,
up.
So let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
Oh yeah,
That's
yes, Bloodhound Gang.
Yes.
what they call.
That was that song, but then it was
Mammals.
him making fun of like that song
Yes,
within his song. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
According to Box Office Mojo, this is the 54th highest grossing film in the category horror remake.
Oh, that's true. It is a remake. That's right.
Yeah, was it Steve McQueen? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, huh? That we talked about like 15 times.
The number 1 horror movie remake of all time is The Ring.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
Because the Ringu was the original.
Mm-hmm. And finally, The Blob was the 99th highest grossing film of 1988. Number 1 that year, fucking Tom Cruise, Rain Man. He had Cocktail and Rain Man in the same year.
Definitely better than the Blob.
Definitely?
Definitely. That was great. I love Rain Man.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Uh-huh. I also love Cocktail.
Cocktail was fun.
I loved for him being like a fucking weirdo. Tom Cruise is great.
He's
I love
amazing.
Him. He's amazing at his skill.
Give me a bad movie he's been in. Just give me one.
Tropic Thunder.
First of all, he wasn't credited, and also he was amazing.
Yeah, he was.
No, I'm just saying the movie. Talk about the movie. Just talk about the movie. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Movie. All right. I don't think he's done a bad movie.
I like him more as well. He's only been a bad guy like twice, but I loved him in Collateral,
Yeah.
Good.
and he was great as Lestat in Interview with the Vampire.
yes,
true.
with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, just because he's a bad guy, it doesn't mean he's bad guy.
Bad guy.
He's great. I like that guy.
Mm-hmm. That's 1988's The Blob, directed by Chuck Russell. Check out our website, ratpackpodcast.com/spoilers. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Spoilers Show. Check out and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Rat Pack Productions. Write to us via email at spoilers@ratpackpodcast.com for any questions, opinions, and movie requests. Please rate and review the show on iTunes so you can help us in the rankings. If you leave us a review on iTunes and leave us a recommendation for a movie you want us to watch, that movie will go to the top of our list and we'll watch it before any other requests. Next week, sadly, we conclude Horror Fest 2017, my favorite time of the year,
Yeah.
with a piece of nostalgia that takes me back to my youth. I'm sure Maestro's seen this movie. I'm not sure if you've seen this.
I didn't know it existed.
Oh my God. We're watching 1987's The Monster Squad, which is the Goonies with monsters.
Yes.
It's the best way to explain it.
Accurate.
Yes. So I'm sad. It's coming to an end.
But that just means that it'll come again.
Yes, it'll come again in 2018.
Yeah.
Got to figure out new things to watch.
No, there'll be plenty. I have plenty.
And the Monster Squad is our Halloween episode. It's our like official Halloween episode. I always try to, whatever the last movie of the month is, I always
that comes out the day before Halloween, on the 30th. Right?
Yeah, so I always try to like make it like a Halloween-esque movie.
Yeah.
And even though this doesn't take place on Halloween, it gives me the elements of like Halloween night or whatever. Yeah.
It's a who's who for a Halloween.
Yes. So you had no idea what this movie's about.
No idea.
You went in blind. Oh my God,
blind.
this is going to be great.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. All right, so until next time, this is Hollywood.
I'm Maestro.
I'm Adam.
Hey guys, did you guys like the movie Valkyrie?
Yes.
I haven't seen it. I've always wanted to see it.
That was good.
You
But the
thought it was
premise
good too?
is
Yeah,
great.
that was also Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's what he's trying to kill Hitler.
Yeah. And he's a
yes.
German trying to kill Hitler, yeah.
They did this weird thing where because everybody speaks, he plays a German officer.
Uh-huh.
So everybody speaks German. But the way they make it make sense that they're speaking English, I thought was pretty clever.
What was it?
Tom Cruise starts off speaking completely German, and he slowly transitions. It's like a fade in, fade out from his translation into English. So in other words, it's like this movie's happening in German, but
we're translating it for you.
Yes.
Oh, that's smart.
I thought it was great.
That's great.
It was brilliant.
You know who directed that movie? Bryan Singer. He did all the X-Men movies. He did The Usual Suspects.
Ooh,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
No, Valkyrie was great. I like Valkyrie a lot.
I always wanted to watch Valkyrie. Did you watch Live, Die... No.
Live,
Edge
Free,
of
Die
Tomorrow?
Edge of Tomorrow was great.
Yeah, that's
love-
another
I
great
love
one.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah. What's up, Maestro? Did we get a comment?
He was credited in Tropic Thunder.
Oh.
Oh, okay. It was a secret at one point.
No, it's for the movie.
Going into the movie, I didn't know Tom Cruise was going to be in it. And then when I saw him in the suit, I was like, is that fucking Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And he crushed it.
See, my girlfriend Annie hates Tom Cruise
Ah.
for illogical reasons. But I've started like showing her different things from different types of Tom Cruise movies, and I think I'm getting her a little bit.
Is there one that she's kind of okay with?
Rock of Ages was surprisingly great for her.
Okay.
Because he's not Tom Cruise at all. It's like
he's
Stacey Jacks.
Yeah. Have you shown her A Few Good Men? I think that's my favorite Tom Cruise movie of all time.
she
I
would
love
love
A
that.
Few Good Men.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Jack Reachers.
because of the Lloyd Reeves.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Have you seen Jack Reacher?
Yes.
Those movies are ridiculous, but
Jack
they're
Reacher
fucking
2
great.
was out in China when I was over there. I wanted to watch it so bad, but I didn't want to come back and be bragging about like, hey, so I saw Jack Reacher 2.
I haven't seen it yet. I wanted
So instead, I
to.
just talk about it on the podcast.
Okay.
Oh.
Dude, A Few Good Men was on TV not that long ago. It
Great.
still holds up.
So good.
Still holds up.
But how much of that is because of Tom Cruise versus Jack Nicholson?
Well, just the story is good. Like, it's
Yeah.
a good story. But they're both,
handle the truth.
Also, Kevin Pollak, which I've seen twice now at the comedy place I go to.
and I didn't realize this until recently, within a few years ago. Is Jack Nicholson like an anti-Semite? Because Kevin Pollak plays a Jewish character, and his whole speech, he's like, "Who's going to protect the wall? You?" And then he looks at Kevin Pollak, "You, Lieutenant Weinberg."
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon's in the movie. Kiefer
then-
Sutherland's in the movie.
And as good as it gets, is there's some Jews at his table. He's trying to get rid of them. I've got Jews at my table. He comes up. How much more you got to eat? Half the time as big as your noses, huh?
I don't say Nicholson's anti-Semite. I just think the Colonel he's playing is Colonel Jessup.
I don't think he is, but it's great.
Yeah.
That's fun.
One scene, one of my favorite scenes is when it's a scene where he goes, "Who the hell is Major Santiago?" And then the guy under him, Matthew. I only know that
Matthews,
their character, yeah, because he has my name. He goes, Really, Matthew? That's how you want to play the game? And he calls the guy from the front desk over. He goes, get the president on the phone. We're surrendering our position to Cuba. And he goes, yes, sir. And he goes, hold on a second. Let me think that over. Like, that guy's willing to just get the president on the phone just because he told him to.
It's a good soldier, man.
And it's great. It's like it's great courtroom drama.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And clever.
Uh-huh.
And just well scripted. Everything's great about that.
What's his name? The guy who created The West Wing. He wrote A Few Good Men.
Martin Sheen?
No. The creator.
Oh, okay.
His name will come to me. But it's funny because like even the judge told Nicholson, you don't have to answer the question. And Nicholson's like, I'll answer it.
Yeah. Oh, such a great scene.
And when I was a kid, I didn't understand why Nicholson got in trouble.
Oh.
When I was a kid, I thought, did he murder the guy? That's what I thought it meant when I was a kid. But then I realized, no, he gave the order.
It's basically the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, such a good movie.
Mm-hmm. And Demi Moore.
Demi Moore?
Wow.
Yeah.
She's a real looker in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
G.I. Jane, too. The bald head.
I didn't think I was going to like that.
I liked it.
Because of the whole head shave thing, but it still worked in a very confusing way for me.
I like that scene in the movie where they're like torturing him, and she's like, "Suck my dick," and everyone's like, "Yeah."
Yes. That's like the first time
that's his ex-wife, right?
Yeah, it is, man. They got kids together.
Yeah. Rumor is their daughter's name. Rumor Willis.
Right. All right.
A Few Good Men's great. Watch A Few Good Men if you haven't seen it yet.
Please watch that.
Or at least some.
Annie, watch A Few Good Men. That's the one Tom Cruise movie I think you'll like because he's not Tom Cruisey in it.
Yeah, but also like the whole lawyer aspect
movie.
of it.
Yeah, it's a great story.
She's into it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that will like that.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna end this visual live here.
All right.
Hopefully, you can hear the last 3 quarters of this.
Yeah.
Is there a reverse version of the Blob where the first quarter sucks?
Oh, okay.
Well, there's a first version of our podcast that really sucked because no one could hear us. And now,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I was exactly referencing.
I know that's kind of where I'm going with it.
Very good.
You're welcome.
Thanks for watching. And,
Thanks for watching.
See you in about 2 weeks.
Bye.